Goeiedag en welkom bij deze nieuwe video. En vandaag een iets andere video dan normaal. Want dit is iets wat ik regelmatig doe en wat ik denk dat goed is voor mensen om te zien en ook om zelf van te leren. Want wat ik vandaag ga doen is, ik ga met Paula samen met mijn vrouw gaan we bij Aldo langs. En Aldo is de partner van Lauralie Chapados, de huidige Miss Bikini Olympia. Dus eigenlijk van de bikini dames wereldwijd nu de nummer 1 van de wereld. En we gaan eigenlijk een soort kennisdag doen waar we gewoon kennis met elkaar uitwisselen. Om ook van elkaar te leren en zo beter te worden. En ik denk namelijk zelf dat dit een van de manieren is hoe je op een gegeven moment verder komt. Want ik krijg regelmatig berichtjes op social media van mensen van: Frank, welke opleiding moet ik doen? Waar kan ik dit leren? Waar kan ik dat leren? Ik denk dat opleidingen, zeker in de eerste fase, echt essentieel zijn. Om gewoon een basisniveau qua kennis te krijgen. Alleen wat mij op een gegeven moment wel opviel, nadat ik 20, 30, 40, 50 opleidingen heb gedaan. Op een gegeven moment heel veel informatie die in opleidingen terugkomen, weet je. Want dat is gewoon hetzelfde informatie elke keer. Natuurlijk is het goed om de basis te herhalen en daar beter in te worden. Maar als je echt naar een next level vindt, dan ga je experts nodig hebben die eigenlijk op dat moment bezig zijn. Want ook in deze video die je gaat zien, ik ga hem vrij ongeëdit laten. Dus hij zal vrij lang zijn en ook vrij technisch. Maar dan krijg je wel een idee te zien van wat er mogelijk is. Maar ook om te zien van, oké, ik ben het niet overal met Aldo eens in wat hij uitlegt. Bijvoorbeeld de hoofdpositie die hij gaat uitleggen, ben ik het niet altijd mee eens. Maar ik zie zijn visie. En ik accepteer zijn visie. En ik neem er delen van die ik wil gebruiken. Zo hebben we hetzelfde met Joe Bennett, Kasim Hansen, andere experts wereldwijd. Ik leer dingen van ze. Ik pas dingen toe en ik ga mijn eigen versie ervan maken. Waar ik denk van, oké, dit klinkt logisch voor mij, hier zie ik verschil in. Of dit werkt heel goed, dat ga ik implementeren. Want ik ben altijd wel van mening, ik leer iets. We gaan het toepassen, we gaan het implementeren. En we gaan kijken, merk ik er daadwerkelijk verschil van bij mezelf, bij Paula, bij cliënten die ik coach. Zie ik daar verschillen van. Want uiteindelijk het doel is gewoon, je wil beter worden. En niemand weet nog exact hoe het werkt. Dus er kan altijd iets zijn wat beter is. Maar ga ik op de wetenschap wachten tot die helemaal bij is, dan lopen we misschien wel 20, 25 jaar achter. Dus dat is eigenlijk wat ik wil laten zien in deze video is: op een gegeven moment is het beste wat je kan doen, experts benaderen, goed betalen om daar gewoon van te leren. Dat is een van de dingen die ik wel geleerd heb van, ja, je gaat het gewoon niet gratis krijgen. Je gaat mensen gewoon echt moeten betalen om te zeggen van, hey, kan ik een paar uur van je krijgen om gewoon dit te leren? Ik heb een paar specifieke vragen. Kunnen we dit doen? Kunnen we dat doen? En dan ga je heel veel informatie krijgen. Dus dat is wat deze video is. Dus heel veel plezier. En hij is in het Engels, omdat Aldo spreekt natuurlijk geen Nederlands. Dus als het vrij technisch is en je hebt iets vragen erover, zet ze gewoon in de comments. Dan zal ik ze voor je beantwoorden. Wil je meer van dit soort video's zien, laat vast een duimpje achter. Abonneer voor nog meer en dan zie ik je daarna de video. The first question I had was because Paul had this question because we had the discussion about progressive overload. I'm like, if somebody's brand new to the gym, you pick 2, 3 movements per body part and just progress them for a long time to actually get proficient at them and good at them. At an advanced level, so let's say somebody's actually already at a pro status almost, then it's not progressive overload anymore, maybe in range and like stuff like that, but you're not actually pushing the weight like crazy for girls.
It has nothing to do with it. It's like you have to silence all the other muscles. Like that was something great actually, because I was like, fuck, there's no cameraman at this point. Because what we're doing with Lauralie is, because she can't grow, yeah. So how do you make her better if she's already the best? We just silence all the other muscles, the compensation movement patterns, yeah. The muscles that don't need to be there, or don't, yeah. the muscle groups that she shouldn't be relying on. Yeah. So you take away something like the hip thrust, and then your waist gets smaller, and then now your glutes look bigger, but you didn't grow your glutes. Yeah. You just shrunk your waist. Yeah. So it's like basically like it's an art.
Okay, what's the reason that the waist grows from a hip thrust?
Because it's a forced couple when you're squeezing your butt, and they say that you do a posterior pelvic tilt at the top, right? But you're ending the posterior pelvic tilt at the top. You're starting it at the bottom, and then when you come down and release it, you're just releasing the pelvis, but you're still tucked. So you're always in a tucked position and you're always in hip flexion, because the posterior pelvic tilt does not mean hip extension, because the angle doesn't increase. It actually stays short like this because your pelvis is tucked like this. Your femurs are shoving up towards your chest, like hip flexion, that's the definition, look it up. And the femurs coming up to your chest like this, causing more of an angle in here, and then plus your upper body over here, that tissue compresses. Now you have a hip flexion type of like angle. Another question that Paula had is like the use of waist trainers. Does that help? Oh my God, points? No. Wait, for what? For competitors? Yeah, for competitors. I think it's more maybe the psychological thing that you keep the waist tight and you don't blow it up. Yeah, because some girls will like hold like their breath, but now they're stabilizing their core.
Yeah.
Other girls are just like lazy and just let that be.
So I thought it was more like, even if you're on stage, and let's say Paula was on stage for 40 minutes, it was a long ass round.
Oh shit.
And then I was like, I'm glad she wear the waist trainer, because you got remembered like always stand proud, hold it in, and you're just used to doing that. Instead of for workouts, she knows how to contract and keep her core tight. But just for on stage, then it works. But I don't think it actually helps shrink the waist. I think that's more just, you need to lose the body fat and you just need to work the muscles.
You need to, that's for sure. But that also, like, if you plug that question into the beginner or advanced, the beginner would just like let the waist trainer do its thing. Oh, I'm just going to let it do its job, but when in reality it's a combined effort.
Yeah. So for a beginner, to get the waist tighter, what's your primary thing you would focus on?
As a beginner?
Yeah.
I would focus on, well, if I'm training them, listen to me. If I'm not training them and they just want advice, I'll stick to isolation exercises, because the compound lifts have to do with a lot of stabilizers. So less stabilizers that a newbie interacts with, that they don't know how to do the exercise, they might start relying on the stabilizers. So focus on more concentration exercise and learn from those, and then you progress into like the wild with free weights.
So I posted a lot of YouTube videos and Instagram reels about biomechanics and how to do certain things correctly, and I still get comments like people say, it doesn't really matter, just hit the weight hard and you will grow. What's your opinion on that?
From what I'm seeing now, everybody's different, but also we're all the same, right? What happened to that one? We're all the same, we're all human beings. Our joints do the same thing as one another, right? But we respond differently at different points of our lives. But resistance is resistance, gravity is gravity. No one could deny that. And physics is physics. That's a form of science. That's like end all be all right there. So if someone comes in and they want to train and grow their glutes, and let's take moment arms and like all that scientific stuff, and levers, like what a lever is, right? A lever will always be a lever unless you deform it on your own by compensating with another joint. So if I'm doing a bicep curl, but then I start right here at like a squat, and then I do a back extension, and then up here I do a little squeeze thing, right? But like here, where there's no resistance at all, oh, that's one bicep curl. But then, is that a bicep curl or is that a deformed bicep curl? It's a deformed bicep curl. So everybody's different, but everybody is also the same. Because if a pro or an advanced person would do that, they would not grow. But if another, let's say, beginner does that, they'll both grow. They'll still grow their biceps because they're beginners. But you see how they're different, but they're also the same? So people need to stop using that as an scapegoat for not having an education, like as a background in exercise.
And I do think there's a difference between, let's say, take Ronnie Coleman for example. Ronnie would grow no matter what because of his genetics. He doesn't need to know the biomechanics perfectly because his body was primed to grow. So even if he did like barbell row and he threw it a little bit, his back would still grow. He could still get the connection, but I think a lot of people couldn't do that because they don't have the same genetics or the connection that he had.
Because that's a great comparison, I think, because someone could, their way of throwing the weight is totally different from Ronnie Coleman's. His, like Branch Warren.
So I had the same, like I did a workout with Jay Cutler. So
Jay Cutler and Branch Warren.
So I'm literally like, he's sitting on a bench and he's warming up with lateral raises. So I put my hand on his delt. It's the weirdest thing that I felt. He just contracts it up like crazy, and he contracts it hard on the way down as well. I'm like, how do you contract on the way down? How do you do that? And he's like, I don't know, I've always done it. I'm like,
at that point, shit, I don't know. But you see how their reps are? People think, oh, they're quarter reps or half reps. But it worked for them. Well, also they have a bunch of muscle mass, so they can't go all the way down, all the way up. So they're staying.
He literally gets stopped on his lat and then he pulls it out again.
So they're like in a constant tension. The area of constant. They never let the resistance or their joints just relax. I feel like,
You're the world champion, so I have a job to do. And I think my waist have to be small.
The breathing. What kind of breathing do you do? Like,
I do now.
She did.
Not right now, right?
No, okay, normally in the morning, she would do pre-workout, she would do some vacuums. So she did like 10 sets of 10 reps.
That's actually counterproductive because when you vacuum, your ribs
So
flare out.
we did do a workshop where the guy taught us 360 breathing.
Which one was that?
So you're basically laying face on your back on the floor, and it's basically you pull your back against the pad on the floor. So
Oh, you're breathing from your back.
Yeah.
Yes, back here, right?
Yeah. So he's
Yes,
like, so he explained it like you put a balloon in your stomach and you just blow all the air out so that the balloon gets big.
Oh no, that's stomach breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want a stomach. No, you don't.
Yeah, and the opposite thing is more up.
Yeah, because the lungs are over here, and the best way that the best teacher you'll find is if you contact a pelvic floor specialist, and they teach you not belly breathing, but there's another form of breathing. where you
Thoracic
breathe
breathing.
Yes, but back here.
Back here, yeah.
Yeah. So then you don't see it. You don't see anything really expanding, and because our ribs go like this and like this, not and then because that makes all this thicker because it stretches it out, and then your breathing pattern starts to, and then plus your range of motion starts diminishing when you breathe like that.
Yeah. What do you should do with exercise? Because now sometimes I have when I doing progressive overload to have my breathe also without the pregnancy, but stopping and pushing, like stopping and pushing.
What do you mean stopping?
So like a Valk's breath. So she holds her breath in and then she releases it.
So do
Like
this.
that, yeah.
So I have Laura Lee and a bunch of other clients that I'm using it with, where they exhale on the eccentric and then exhale on the concentric too. And when they take a breath, it's in the spot where they go start the next part of the rep. So they'll lock out.
Yeah. So both sides.
And it's only 6 to 10 to maybe even 12 reps.
Yeah.
So the person's not gonna fucking die.
Exactly.
How do you make sure that they don't actually build up lactic acid like crazy when you're doing
what?
that? That they don't build lactic acid up like crazy when you're doing that. Because if you're just breathing air out, like at some point you're gonna have a breathness problem, and you're gonna breathe in and you're gonna do it only short.
That's the rest of the day. We're only working out for those specific reps are like a couple seconds.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Love it.
Wil je beginnen met de audio?
Ja, dat
Oké.
is wil jij niet beginnen?
Oh, and the thing for the development of
Yeah.
what I saw. So this is fucking crazy. No one has ever thought about this. So when you're training, like in the gym, and then when you step on stage in heels, your whole entire center of mass changes.
Yeah.
So your whole physique changes.
Yeah, exactly.
So someone could have an anterior pelvic tilt passively with flat shoes on,
Yeah.
but then when they step on stage, their butt goes away because their spine and pelvis are now in line with gravity. So now the body that they looked inside the mirror is not the same.
Yeah.
Exactly. So then if the person has an anterior pelvic tilt in the gym floor with flat shoes on, then they should be training as if they have heels on, which under wedges or.
So we
and then that's going to also correct.
Yeah. So we got the prime wedges,
posture.
the 10, the 20, and the 30 we have at home.
Huh?
We got the prime wedges at home, like the 10, the 20, and the 30 degrees.
Those are flat.
Higher. Yeah. You need more.
You need an arc.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I
Yep.
made a picture of one of those there.
Yeah, I invented those.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Look, yeah, those.
I made pictures of it. Yeah.
I think I have a 3D copy I could give you. Like I made 3D models.
Yeah.
I could give you one.
Do you think when?
But wait, so that's why the lower hamstring gluteus doesn't come out, because you have an anterior pelvic tilt. So whenever you sit in the...
Yeah, so we had a posing class with a girl that basically teaches the posing of the style of posing that she has to do. And she told her like, stand up straight, but you have to pull up back with your back or a lot to actually get that going, to do the pose correctly.
Anterior pelvic tilt.
And Paul
like
has a hard
backwards.
time actually getting her thoracic spine to actually extend backwards.
Because you're looking down, you have to look up, like to the ceiling, and now you're just lengthening your spine and you're keeping it in a neutral position. Because if people are going into an anterior pelvic tilt and they're looking down, like pretty much all the girls, they're jamming their lower back into one another. Like the lower back where the pelvis is at, where the lower back meets the thoracic. That's cramping up. That's causing their waist to get thicker.
Yeah.
If they look up, now they're just lengthening the spine and doing what they're doing at the bottom of the spine, now to the top. Because if you do the reverse, if you look down, then your lumbar flexes. So you just do the opposite on stage.
Yeah.
And look at Laura Lee's pictures.
Yeah.
You see her head looking all the way up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Okay.
Your center of mass is going to change now too because you have a baby.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She's posterior.
It's going to shove you forward now, which is good.
Sometimes I have to find it.
You want the easiest way to execute it, do a single leg. So you hold on to something because the physics behind it, look. So you have the dumbbell in this hand and you kick back with this hand. So then if I'm doing that, I'm doing like this.
Okay.
So then now my spine is neutralized and it's lengthened, and then when you come back here, it's just moving, it's becoming this seesaw.
Yeah.
So just kick that leg back and this arm, extend it like it's, and then look forward. Chin up more. Like the back of your head, think about ponytail to your butt. See? And now just bring it back together.
So how much rotation do you allow in the hips?
Huh?
So like,
What if they first,
sometimes people do like this.
really?
Yeah.
It's open. Or
I notice clients when they go down, like Paula is pretty stable in her hips, but some clients like they rotate actually like up like crazy.
Oh. Well, first I get them to do a proper RDL, and then it's like, yeah. And then for that, I'll have them bend their knee, and then bring this in, and that's it. So now, all that just stays collectively on top of that.
oh, you feel here like.
Yep. And watch this. Everything's like a, what is it called? A circular motion, an arc, like the torso.
This back straight or a bit bent?
It's up to you now, because if you keep it straight, hamstrings. If you bend it a little bit, look up, chin up more.
So on the left foot, where do you want the pressure?
Chin up, look forward, look forward, look forward, more and more, chin up, chin up. So when you keep your chin up, that actually keeps her spine stable.
Yeah. So on the left foot, where do you want the pressure mostly? Is it just the
Midfoot,
inside?
big toe, big fucking toe. It's clamping down all the time because there's a relationship with the big toe all the way to the glute. It's called the Babinski reflex. Like when you guys have a child already, right?
Yeah.
You know when they're first born, the doctor goes like this to their feet to check the reflex of their hip. Extend the dumbbell out more, like towards, and then bring it back, and now throw it back out. See, it's a seesaw. Chin up though, chin up. Ooh, you see how that takes away like everything? Yup. Dude, it's a total opposite of what we've been fucking told. Chin down, fuck no. See, it's like you don't have to think about it. You just do the physics and then that's it. It just creates the, because with two legs, it would be harder to learn.
Yeah, but
single leg, you have more control. Yep, it's easier.
Yeah.
But the concept, the concept behind an RDL, like the cues, the instructions, pushing your butt back is wrong because your butt and your pelvis is already behind you.
Yeah.
So if you push your butt back, what's happening with the rest of your body? If it's staying fixed, which everybody's doing, then they're just increasing the curvature of their lumbar spine when they push their butt back.
Ja, dat is leuk.
Ja. Doe nu eens met twee proberen.
See how easy that was? See how easy? Like it took like 2 seconds of you just to.
So for her width, I would put her wider, so it's easier to internally rotate. For her femur, because she's now so small, then I'm like, you have to externally rotate to actually, when you go down, to make some room. But if you go a little bit
that's
wider,
if you look at it from the femur and from the hip socket down from that perspective, yes. But remember, Newton's third law, with every action there's an equal and opposite. So what's the equal and opposite of the femur? The foot and the floor. And then that is the most efficient way of producing force, because the reaction of the floor back into the body, back into the foot, back into the joints. So all she would have to do is bring her structure, like her feet closer together. But the cue is, don't push your butt back, you're shoving your pelvis up. So your pelvis is doing this, look. boom, like an anterior pelvic tilt, because you're moving your pelvis and your spine forward and your legs are staying fixed. See? Boom! Shove your butt up, 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 up with your butt.
I will you.
Yes, that little thing that you just did.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's not like this, but this.
And now, yep.
Yeah.
And look up, chin up. Yeah, keep your chin like in that direction. Yep, yep. Anterior pelvic tilt, more, more, more. Yes! Do that from the beginning. So pretend you're doing, boom, and let your arms drop, go. Yes! You see how you started sooner? And it takes you gravity, the dumbbells, your arm, everything. So you just put wedges on the outside of your foot. Where's the other one? Do it, you wanna feel, you're gonna feel gay. You're gonna feel gay. Like this. No, 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 no. You see what he just did?
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
Not with all the exercises he's doing like this.
Yeah.
We all did. We all did. Look, like this, and look up. Like up, 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 up. Look, you see I'm looking all the way up? And then you see how it gets easier and easier every time you look up? Soften up the knees, get onto your toes, lift up your heels off the ground. And let your arms relax. Chin up, shove your pelvis up. Yeah, yeah.
Then I don't have much range.
You can start underhand, because then that forces you to keep your chest up. Watch. So you see, this keeps this like that.
I was just checking if there was like clip on it or not.
Relax your arms. Yeah. Yep. Big toe on the ground, big toe on the ground. Shove your pelvis up, let your arms relax out in front of you. Yep.
It's hard to retract and relax your arms.
Because you have to shove your head back more, like pretend like you're trying to look behind you. Yeah, see? And shoes suck. Wearing shoes, it's the worst.
Yeah.
Like, we all take off, well, Dorothy takes off her shoes now. So,
Want to have me like?
More closer. Because now you can produce those forces, but from your foot. That's gonna cut, well, bring the inside of the lining of your feet. Yeah, right there, yeah. So that targets your inner middle glute, like underneath the butt. Look up. Look up, 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 up more. Pointy toe to your butt.
On the way up, where do you want them to contract?
Pressing from the toes. Like, you don't want anything up there to be squeezing, nothing. Because the force comes from the foot. Because the lever system comes from the foot. And then all the joints react to the force that's being generated from the foot into the ground, back from the ground into the foot, going up the kinetic chain.
So if you look at her feet right now, she's like wobbling left and right. I noticed that with a lot of clients, that their stabilization of their foot is like not that great.
Yeah, because your feet start, so think about it, everybody's like externally rotated, that's one. Like in like the bodybuilding world. Or bikini, because they're always with RDLs, squats, kickbacks, everything they do, like this. So now that that's happening, when they do the hip thrust and they're squeezing their butt at the top, you're not locking out in hip extension. It's impossible to lock out in full hip, no one's locking out in hip extension in the first place at the top of a hip thrust. What they're doing is, the thing that's locking them out of hip extension is the iliofemoral ligament. Since you're tucked at the pelvis, the ligament is now restricting you to continue to move through that motion. So now that ligament lengthens with all that force constantly shoving on top of the pelvis. So now their legs are like spaghetti, like just relaxed. So now whenever their foot touches the floor, their base of support starts to alter itself. See how easy that was?
Even wennen.
The earth is not supposed to be flat. And there's And gravity doesn't actually just go down, it goes inward. So the line of force of gravity, everyone's drawing it wrong when they're drawing the stick figures, because they just draw it down.
Yeah.
But gravity pulls us inward to the center of the earth. And that's probably like,
Crazy.
so then we're falling inward like this, that way, so that line of force is like in this direction. So now with this, we're following gravity. And then if you're standing right here, now the line is going through the front of the foot, the big toe, the knee, the quad, hip joint up here, like in the pelvis area, not the hip joint, but in front of the pelvis. Just stand on it, but don't let your heels pretend like it's a pillow, because a lot of people, chin up, and the pelvis up. Let your arms relax. See how it like shoves you forward, up and forward, and then press big toe, and then so press with your toes to shove you forward. You want to think about shoving your heels up and forward, and then to come up, press with your toes as well, and then shove your heels into the ground.
Pressure on your toe.
Yep, big toe. There's the big toe. Your
Wat en die zet je ook af van je grote teen. En niet van je hak.
I just have to look for how I don't fall forward. I feel like I'm gonna fall.
shove your pelvis up, chin up, look all the way up, yeah. And then pause, and then press with the big toe to shove you back that way. Bulgarian.
Yeah.
So now you have the option.
We use them in the Prodigy rack, but basically like something like that, and then we do them in a dumbbell and like a stick for balance. So I actually don't focus on balance, but she has like a stick or something in her hand.
Would you rather use your back foot to stabilize the pelvis? And
so it's a lot of times I actually raise the front foot with like a plate, so they actually can go lower.
oh, like the whole foot on the plate.
Yeah, because I was thinking like if doe eens gewoon 90 graden zakken. If they go down and I'm in this angle, right now the hip is still at level of knee. If I want to get the full flexion, she has to go a little lower, but the only way I can do that is raise the leg.
But then how is she going to get up if she doesn't have leverage? She has to squeeze her butt, look.
Yeah.
See? So she's not producing force of hip extension because she has to squeeze her butt to get back up.
Yeah, so she's right now going down, up and down like an escalator.
Yeah.
An elevator, I want to go like an escalator, like forwards and backwards.
So bring your back foot back more.
Yeah, so I always tell them like go like this and then go like up like
Okay,
that.
let me show. So first, her head was looking down, so then that caused flexion of the spine and the pelvis to tilt forward, and then her femur was out here. She was pressing to the heels, but this,
Yeah.
kind of like that.
Yeah, so ideally when she starts, her head I want above knee. So I want her leaning forward.
So lean forward, so then this will be here.
Yeah.
And then this will be here. So she'll still be like this.
Yeah.
But now since the pelvis is tucked here, the pelvis, the lumbar here, is going that way, pushing this part of the femur up, and then this is going this
So
way.
in this case, if she would lift her head up, so she
More
would,
straight.
Then she will be in a neutral spine. So straight and neutral, those are two different things.
Yeah.
If your spine is straight, that means your lumbar spine and your cervical spine, those are both in extended curvatures.
Yeah.
Your thoracic is kyphotic. So if someone were to get into a straight spine position, that means they would straighten out the cervical and the lumbar. But now that's just being like in a tuck position. So you want to just stay in a neutral position, which would be the opposite of this. It is.
It is possible?
You just did it with the RDLs.
Okay.
That's why you were able to do the RDLs.
Yeah.
That's why doing this stuff, everyone's still trying to figure it out. How do we do it? Because it's not biomechanically accurate. If you look at the definitions, being like this is not the anatomical position to do any of these joint movements. Like hip flexion, hip extension, before each chapter it says all these angles and all these movements are based off of the anatomical position. So whatever angle this creates is not anywhere near accurate of biomechanics. It's all wrong.
Yeah.
So remember, our butt's already behind us, right?
Yeah.
So people do this because they don't realize that your butt's already behind you. So if they go down, that curvature is pushing your butt back regardless. Like when you did your RDL, it's already behind us. All you have to do is the next cue, which is up.
Yeah.
So if it's already behind here, all we just have to do is just come down. Because now I'm pressing through my big toe in the front of my foot. So now the moment arm is the longest that it could possibly be. If you're pressing through the heel, you're just shortening the moment arm. More, more, more. And now chin up. And just bend the back knee down. Yep, chin up, chin up. Boom, you see how much stress she gets? And if she presses through here, that line of force goes right there. Bigger moment arm. No back moment arm compensation stuff. And she's actually pressing through the front of the foot and then the knee.
Okay, but if I look at this like this, like when she goes down, you can actually still see her knee move forward a little bit. So that would mean the quad is lengthening a little bit.
No, because, well, what's the opposite reaction of the knee bending? The butt pushing back.
Yeah, so the butt is pushing back.
It has to go.
What I try to do is keep the knee in line with the shin.
For what?
So that actually all the movement has to come from the glute.
Yeah, but the move.
Like more here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But the pelvis is restricting it from extension because the pelvis is
Is that not just the end range of motion, what you can actually do from the glute?
No, remember the glutes don't get into hip extension if your pelvis is tucked because it rejects it from hip extension. A posterior pelvic tilt rejects hip extension.
Yeah.
Because it's going in the direction of where the femur is supposed to go. It's saying, sorry, buddy, I'm here now.
Okay, would you allow any hip shifts to happen to get a little bit, like, so, okay, ga staan gewoon. Okay, let's go here. I'll just tell her what to do and you can see it a little bit what I mean. Yeah, so she goes down and now she rotates a little bit to the left so they actually get like a bigger stretch on that side.
On the outside?
Yeah.
You really want the outside or you want the inside?
I wanted to do the outside a little bit more. So sometimes I was like, some people naturally did it. I was like, is this a bad thing? It's like a little bit that she actually scoops in.
Well, no one's targeting the inside of the glute. Like, remember with the kickback thing?
Yeah.
Or the wedges? The wedges are for you to produce the fullest amount of hip extension because everybody's just doing the outside end range of hip extension because they're externally rotated. So they're decreasing the range of motion. It's like they're starting at the end of the movie, at the beginning of their exercise, and then they're just going to the end credits of the movie. No one's starting at the beginning, middle, end. It's a collective thing because you could squeeze your, if you contract your glute by doing a kickback with your legs externally rotated, you're not fully shortening the glute. You have to go through internal hip rotation, hip extension, abduction, and then external rotation.
So how do I stop this? Because if Paul is doing reps right now, look at the inside of her feet, what she's doing.
It's going up because every part of her body structure is influencing that base of support. So that's why when you tuck your chin or you round your spine or you tuck your pelvis, all those forces, the direction of it, is shifting her center of mass and her base of support onto her heel. That's why keeping a neutral spine, like a true neutral spine, is the best thing because now you're able to control every part of your body.
Yeah.
Bend your knee, like keep it bent.
Left or right leg?
The left one.
Linkerbeen buiten.
Just think about shoving this up. And then, yep.
Till what point do you keep it going forward? I will usually say around the point that the other leg is crossing the knee.
But what is this? This is for the lower glute, or?
I usually do it for the top glute.
For the what?
Upper glute.
That's for the upper glute?
The one that we did with, yeah.
The one that you,
Yeah.
That was more upper, outer, right?
Yeah.
So what kind do you want? For the lower, or?
I do both variations. Let's do upper first.
Okay.
And do it lower.
So this is what we've been doing. Oh, but also, there you go. So now, boom, chin up. And push up into that arm. Yeah, push there, but then also here. Push. Like you want to push in every point. Because your upper body's producing a moment arm to the glute as well. And then push out with your thigh. Thigh, 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 outward of it. Bam.
Other question. She takes a rest. Any hip adductions? Do you use that at all with girls?
Hip abduction?
Yeah, adduction.
Oh, add.
Yeah.
This.
Because I have the feeling if I do that in certain programming, that I see actually the inside of the glute get some growth there.
On the when I haven't given it to anybody yet, but only to a guy, where I had him adduct and then press with their foot down, and then you feel that little part of the glute.
So I have them press down and then shove it a little bit out. Otherwise, like if they use their knees, it's easy. Like you can do the whole stack.
For upper glute, upper.
Yeah.
I mean, instead of setting it up like this, now you can play, because now the upper fibers are being pulled.
Okay, but so right now with your lower back, do you press it into the ground or not?
My lower back?
Yeah.
I put one of those ab mats.
Okay, so you do want the curve here.
Oh, always.
Oh,
and then I put the cervical neck pillow.
Yeah, that one, yeah.
Right here, so then always, you'll see that around everywhere here.
We can create that, but
Amazon. Yeah. So here, it's pulling in this direction.
It's like a clamshell, but laying down, basically.
Yeah. But you don't want this to wrap all the way in and that way. You just want it to wrap in the direction that the fibers that you want to get. It's all this. And then this could be this.
So what angle do you look for the cable?
So it's like pulling this right here. Huh?
What angle do you look for in the cable? Do you want it more towards 90? Or
I'm just looking at with the person.
Yeah.
It's different because like if their legs longer or they structure themselves upright more and they feel their upper glute more like this, or they have to like lean back.
Look a bit by yourself too.
Yeah. Or do this. Like you have to adjust each joint, whether it's the leg, the bottom part, or your upper body. To get this exposed so that this pulls this along with it. Like now I have to do this to get that
feeling,
But then if I'm here, it's wrapping and taking it.
Yeah.
It's like right there next to your lower back. But try it. Chin up. Because that was not.
Hoofd achter. Kijk naar achter je. Kijk naar de machine.
Yeah. See how much more you just got because of that?
Yeah.
And then if you straighten this leg out a little bit.
Does it matter if they pull the feet up or down?
Yes, it does, actually. If she dorsiflexes, she restricts her range of motion. If she plantar flex, she gets everything: internal rotation, abduction, external rotation. Plantar flexion is like a must when you're training glutes.
Yeah.
No matter what. Science isn't there yet. I mean, science is there if you know physics.
From your angle, does she has to shift more to her right to actually get the most amount of tension? So Lily, her body moves towards me a little bit more.
Huh? Her body goes.
Like, because I think she, yeah, like that, because.
Well, if you, yeah, and then put that arm and push against there, like push against it. So then the opposite force. Play with the pressure of your, when you're
so
at
what
the beginning.
rep range do you use for this? Like high rep?
Oh, high? Like what do you consider high? Like 20?
Yeah, around 20.
Around 15 to 20, because 20 will be like too light.
Yeah.
Probably for a warm up just to see,
Yeah.
like 15 reps, 12 to 15.
Yeah.
Because if you go heavy, then you're going to compensate with like other.
So
unless
for the RDL stuff that we did, like how high, like you would go to 8 to 12, something like that at range?
Yeah, now, yeah, because the reason why everybody's doing high volume is because no one's doing it right.
Yeah.
So they're trying to figure out, oh, it's not working. Another rep, another rep.
So I would use a lot of volume landmarks to see like how much I can push somebody. So like for say Paula, for her glutes in a single week, I maybe push it to like 16, 18 hard sets. And then during prep, it goes down. It goes to like 16, 14, 12, 10.
No, well, this is what so you count the
actual working sets close to failure, like within 2 reps.
So you count those and then you accumulate that at the end of the month or something?
End of the week.
End of the week. Well, we just go by that specific day of what she would consider like hard, because every day is changing. So if she's feeling sluggish or she just came back from Pilates, so she's kind of like tired because she spends like an hour and 30 minutes over there, 2 hours.
Yeah.
So when she comes here, if she does glutes, she might be actually primed to do glutes because her feet are engaged more, or she's exhausted because her feet weren't like together that day. So then we obviously not do the same amount of like resistance or load, but we keep the exercises the same. But in regards to like how many reps and sets, we always take one set to failure. Which is the last set.
Failure, is that just for you concentric or also and still do the eccentric?
When I don't want to help out anymore.
Okay.
Because on the concentric and the eccentric, there's different ranges of motion where everybody fails.
Yeah.
So that's like, that argument is like non-existent.
Yeah,
because someone could start a set and a rep, their first rep, they're compensating in 3 different spots in the eccentric, 3 different spots on the concentric, so they're already a failure to begin with. So they're a failure.
Yeah. So I got some girls that have like sticking points in certain parts of the reps. Let's say I got a girl that does hex squats, and she always has a sticking point like midway through on the concentric. Is that something you would program?
Midway, like so she gets out of the hole from the bottom, and then right
midway,
here.
it just doesn't go. I touch it a little bit, I give it like a boost, and she just flies through. But if I don't do that, she would literally do like a fifth of the reps.
Do you give reverse bandings are good for that?
Yeah, I've done reverse banding. Yeah, it doesn't really help that much.
Then that's psychological, because as she just needs to. Because remember, right after the middle is what? The top, which is the easiest.
Yeah. So I'm like, you're in a position that is most advantageous because your lever is getting easier.
If she thinks about coming out of water, just that cue, like this.
Yeah, she has the same if you also. Like
Yeah, then that's for sure.
Look up.
Yeah, keep your chest.
Is that also look up with side raises? Look up.
Yeah, so the funny part is that machine actually has a pad that's angled up.
But now relax the knee. Now you see how now I'm bringing it over. Now bring it, and now turn the tibia in.
Yeah.
Because look, this was about to go out that way.
Wow, so don't lock this one.
No, you're gonna lock it out now. All the way down, down, more. Head back, shove back, go. Shove your head back. Point them. Keep going, keep going, keep going. See how it gets all the way up in there?
Is it okay for the lower back to come loose?
Where the curvature is supposed to be?
Yeah.
Even the back pads, like that should have like a thoracic pad with the head pad as one, and then a pad for the, like a little pad for the, for the pelvis. Shove them together. Yeah, like that. Now go.
So do you want to internally rotate the femur or it's just the tibia?
Yeah, everything. Go, I got you. Well, no, not the tibia, because she was doing internal rotation with the tibia. Swimmers, when they do freestyling swimming underneath the water, this is how they swim, like the fastest swimmer. Good. How's that? Totally different?
So okay, my ankles like this, no, huh?
No, so you're doing what he was internally rotating. That was doing that, You want all this together.
Yeah, but also my heels, right? My heels also.
Your ankles.
Yeah, my ankles.
And then your toes pointed.
Yeah.
And then, when you're coming down, then if you think about internally rotating, since you're already adducting, the internal rotation won't be as drastic because you're already adducting. But imagine if you were internally rotated and your feet were out that way. Then go. Oh, you see? But now you're stronger, so just think about your thighs rotating inward.
After this part, this is just no tension on my hamstrings. I think I start here somewhere.
That's why I was trying to angle this up higher so that there would be more. Shove, 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 shove. More. Hold it. Don't let me pull it. Don't let me pull it. Good.
Yeah. My calves as well, down under.
You don't have to point them, just keep them plantar flex. So instead of pushing force, just keep it like planted. Look up to the ceiling and put this arm over here at 3. Bam. And now kick back more. Plantar flex, more. Kick it back more. Kick it back.
Gewoon nog meer, gewoon verder.
Bam.
And do you want to raise the toe on that one or not?
Huh?
On our leg that's moving, do you want to raise the toe at the end or not?
Yeah. Keep plantar flexing. Plantar flex. More. Keep going. Point the toe. More. As hard as you can, and it gets all this. Switch. This one. Good. Yep. Chin up and pull on the handle. But start in dorsiflexion at the top, so you press straight down, and then once you get to your hip angle, then start plantar flexing to come back. Bend the left knee, and then press with the inside of the big toe on the standing leg. Now go. Yeah. By adjusting the other leg too, inward, the pelvis shifts and it goes into a more neutral position so that all the fibers can be collected. That's why, like with Bulgarian split squats, it's better to do split squats so you can have something for the other pelvis to stabilize, so then the pelvis that you're training.
What does lower lead do for quads? It's just hack squats.
It's the hack squats, the Atlantis one, and leg extensions.
Leg extensions.
But recline back with 2 seat belts or 2 restraints going across here, so that she could use the restraints to push from up here.
Then the last question she had was, what does lower lead do for her abs?
So she was doing her abs with for the breathing thing, but then she saw how much better her core looked. So it was that bench, and then you see where the handle's at?
Yeah.
I'll attach one of these yellow bands, and she'll keep her head back, like lying like with her knees bent, and just, and wherever that takes her, She's not using.
Okay, so there's no flexion at all.
Right. Oh, yeah. Wait, no, you can't.
No. So that's why I asked, because we cannot actually do it.
So you're doing.
But does she still do any like plank variations, side planks and stuff like that? Because I'm like, that doesn't actually contract it. It's more like stabilizes.
Because on stage you have to breathe, right? Like you have to pretend. You have to pretend like you're not breathing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you're holding your breath, like, so you're training the core to look like you're not breathing through the exercise. And the posing stuff with the physics, like each joint, center of mass.
Yeah.
You saw how like you unlocked your knee and then you press with your toe, and then it gave you access to like rotate the pelvis to make your front glute or back glute look bigger, and then makes your waist smaller too. And then now you have more twisting. Because now your hips are pointed in a position that you can move in that direction. Because if you lock out your knee, you're stuck in that.
And then I don't have in my under. Back, I don't have anywhere.
Well, I don't know about your federation, but if you look up the instructions or the rules, like there's no rules for you have to hold your front pose in this sequence. There is none. So anybody could do anything.
So what do you do against, because there's something very strong with, she poses for a long time in prep. So her lower back fatigues because of the amount of posing she has to do. That hinders her workouts. So what do you do to come back
Chin up. If you look, because the only reason why your lower back hurts is because you're doing your back pose or you're twisting with an anterior pelvic tilt, right? But if you keep your chin up and held high, it doesn't hurt us.
Nou, dat was de video met Aldo, waarbij we dus verschillende oefeningen hebben gedaan. En had ik de intro natuurlijk al geschoten naderhand. Dus ik wist al een beetje hoe en wat. En nu zijn we een paar dagen verder. Ik ben inmiddels in Naples, dus een stukje verder in Florida. En wat ik sowieso denk, sommige dingen zoals hij met voetpositie doet, ik denk zeker dat daar een punt in zit dat echt wil gaan werken. Want ik heb bij meerdere cliënten getest en ook op progressiefoto's zie ik echt daadwerkelijk verschillende ontwikkeling. De hoofdpositie, echt dat extreem omhoog kijken, ik denk niet dat het heel voordelig is. Ik heb namelijk ook meerdere cursussen gezien dat dat eigenlijk nadelig is. Ik denk dat een neutrale kinhouding nog steeds beter blijft dan echt helemaal omhoog kijken. Dat is mijn persoonlijke mening. Dus ik denk daar zit een nuanceverschil bij. Sommige oefeningen die hij heeft gebouwd met Paula, hoe die ze uitvoert en dat soort dingen, kan ik wel nuttigheid van zien. Om bepaalde spiergroepen te isoleren en daar een nadruk te leggen. Ik denk wel dat dat pas een toepassing is bij gevorderde atleten. Dus als jij nog minder dan 3 tot 5 jaar ervaring hebt en je wil bijvoorbeeld je billen gaan bouwen, ga je nog steeds gewoon basisprogressieve overload nodig hebben. 2, 3 oefeningen die goed bij je bouw passen en daar progressie boeken. Ben je op een gegeven moment op een bepaald punt dat je niet groter hoeft te worden. Neem bijvoorbeeld Paula. Als Paula wil de wereldkampioenschappen gaan doen, volgend jaar oktober, november. Paula hoeft niet meer massa te hebben. Voor de bikini-klasse waarin zij staat op professioneel niveau, is ze bijna het gespierdste van wat je mag zijn. Dus het is niet nog groter worden. Dan is het meer van, je moet bepaalde delen gaan ontwikkelen en specialiseren. En wat je wel kunt doen, is door bepaalde compounds te gaan, die tailles smaller maken en dan delen accentueren. Dat is waar je dan meer naartoe gaat. Maar dan is het ook niet meer dat je echt hoeft te groeien. Voor de meesten die aan het kijken zijn, zouden waarschijnlijk nog steeds delen zijn, je hebt gewoon meer spiermassa nodig. Ik als man zijnde, stel ik zo aan een wedstrijd op hoog niveau ben, ik heb gewoon veel meer massa nodig. Dus dan is het niet van het specialiseren. Maar voor sommige dames op niveau gaat dat wel belangrijk worden. Dus daar zit een heel groot nuanceverschil. Nou, ik hoop dat je de video waardevol vond. Heb je nog vragen over? Zet ze rustig in de comments neer. Zal ik ze proberen te beantwoorden voor je. En dan spreek je snel weer. Tot dan.